and I'm checking in for a small business takeover. I am pinning my my topic also. And we're going to wait for the room to fill up a little bit. Again, Camille Davis, MontagePR. I have a boutique public relations agency based in Washington, D.C. I have clients nationwide. I've pivoted my business to focus on small businesses, particularly women-owned and Black-owned businesses, because I think that those are they're heavily at need right now. I'm looking to fill the gap, and we'll talk about that a little later when it comes to the importance of public relations. But I definitely want you guys to feel free to comment. I want this to be an engaging conversation. I want questions. I really want to feel like you're getting something out of the conversation. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a small business owner, how can I ease your woes? How can I give you a little advice, particularly if you don't have a budget for public relations, or if you may not even know if you need public relations, because a lot of people do not know what public relations is or what a public relations representative does. Thank you guys all for joining. For those of you who are new to the room, I just want to reintroduce myself, Camille Davis, MontagePR. I'm the Chief Strategist and CEO at MontagePR. And tonight we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of public relations. So as the room fills up, I'm just going to get started, and I want to again encourage you guys, if you have any questions, to please leave them not just in the comment below, but there's a specific comment question area that you can answer below. If you see the little question mark, it's like right here, if you guys can see that. So please, right here, tap that question mark and leave anything that you need from me. Literally, I want to be able to be of service to you. So let's dive into it. My first topic tonight is newsworthy. What is newsworthy? So, as you may know, I really enjoy using national days. I think that they're fun. You may see a lot of people posting if it's National Best Friend Day, if it's National Author Day. That was the opportunity that I used to get one of my clients in front of the media. You have to be very strategic when it comes to public relations. You have to appeal to the emotions of the viewer or the reader. And I really love how one of my clients, Kenyatta, put it today, is that you have to be able to communicate your message in a matter of seconds. And that message needs to entail how you are willing to enhance, amplify the needs of your audience or solve their problems. So I think that that's beautiful. That really shows that she's pivoting with the moment, because right now it's all about giving back. It's all about caring for others, if you guys can tell. And not only because it's the holiday, but because we're following, Black Lives Matter. We're going through a pandemic right now. So if you notice, companies are really tailoring their marketing initiatives towards the people at home, showing you that they care about you. So if you have a brand, if you're an entrepreneur, that's what you want to do for your customers as well. It's definitely a sweet time to be a small business owner, but in particular, a woman. If you guys noticed this week, Biden-Harris administration announced their entire staff are nothing but high-profile women. I think that this is a time where women are on the rise, and if you're a female entrepreneur, this is your opportunity. Get out there, let them know who you are, what it is you do, and how you plan to take over in 2021. There's no pitching right now for December. You guys should be really thinking about January at this point. Newsworthy really, again, has to do with the right now. Of course, you may think that something you're doing is relevant to the right now. However, on a grander scheme of things, you have to take in, mainstream culture. What are we going through as a society right now? So while you're, the first black bookstore to open in DC, at any time, again, Biden Harris, they come out and they announce their administration. That's what everyone's talking about. So you kind of have to tailor. And like I was saying, if you're a woman right now, use this momentum. Use that to tailor your conversation. Okay, we have a question. So I'm going to stop at any time. Again, I have my topics that I want to discuss with you guys today, but I want to answer your question specifically if you're business owners and entrepreneurs. I want to make sure that you're getting something out of this conversation. I'm trying to wave to everyone as well. Thank you guys for coming through. I want to also... Okay, how would someone know if they need PR? Absolutely, thank you. Again, Camille Davis, MontagePR. I'm the Chief Strategist and CEO at MontagePR. So I want to thank you guys all for joining, and I want to thank you all for your questions. So how would someone know if they need PR? I want to say this. Everyone needs public relations. So whether you hire someone to do public relations for you, whether you do it yourself, that's a different story. That's the differentiating factor, right? So it's a benefit to have someone like me on your team because I've established relationships. I've been in business since 2010, and I know the land. It's not jumping into the water for the first time. You're not taking a chance. You're not taking a gamble, right? I have placements. You want to research. Number one, what industry are you looking to go into? Is it a difficult industry to break into? Are you looking to go into beauty? Are you looking to go into fashion? Are you a tech entrepreneur? You need to look for someone, if you're looking to hire someone to represent you, someone who is an expert in your industry. So keep that in mind. Also, do your vetting. What are the placements that they're getting for their clients? Montage PR, for example, we've had clients featured in Essence, Refinery 29, Self Magazine, the Washington Business Journal, Washington Life, you name it. I think that it's very important to know what you want when you're looking for someone to represent you. But again, you can Google how to write a press release. You can Google anything, right? But I think that it's someone who's had that professional background. They know not only the ethics behind it, they know not only, like we were discussing, making it newsworthy. They know about making sure that it's timely. They know about making sure that, any of your information is concise. Those are important factors when you're contacting the press and you're looking to get in front of the media. Those are all things that you can do for yourself, right? But we add a little bit of strategy to it, right? And I like to think that, again, someone like me, I can lean on my relationships to really get someone featured or get someone noticed. Also, a big part of our job is respecting lead times. A part of building that relationship is really learning the people who are writing or who are producing segments, learning what type of beats they cover. That's our job. We literally read their articles. We research. We make sure that we're getting you in the right hands, right? So I'm not going to pitch them at the last minute. I know when they like their stories. I'm really catering to those reporters. And it's like you have to keep all of that in mind. I want to thank you guys all for coming. I see so many people coming in. We're doing do's and don'ts of public relations. So please give me any questions if you guys are even struggling, like, why is the media not picking me up? Let's talk about it. I want to also lean on what's newsworthy right now. Lean on it because, again, we just left with, hi, Bacon and Bellini. We just finished Cyber Monday. If you notice, this may be the first year that I've seen everyone talking about Small Business Saturday. If you were a Small Business Saturday, that was this may have been the point for your business this past weekend. I've seen brands that have received support this past weekend more than ever before, and even since June. I think that it's still a great time to be a Black-owned business. Capitalize the B in Black when you're contacting reporters because you need to stand out. This is the time to really show people why you're standing out. What are you doing to give back to the community? So we're gonna move forward a little bit, because I do want to talk. Impact is my last topic, but I do, since that does come into being newsworthy, I do want to say that right now it's all about how are you making an impact? How are you contributing to local society? It's amazing that you sustained the pandemic. We've seen all of the businesses that were able to flip it. Yes, Small Business Saturday was actually acknowledged this year. Huge, right? More than ever before. So I forgot exactly what I was just saying. Oh my goodness, guys, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank. Giving back to the community. Number one, B, genuine care. How are you making an impact? Absolutely. I think that small businesses and entrepreneurs do a little something different than big businesses and corporations, right? You really see us in the streets. We're giving back. We're donating. We're, feeding the homeless. I think that that's key. I think that now is the time where people are looking to connect with businesses because of their ethics. What are they about? What do they support? What's important to them? What are their values, right? So you need to be able to, yes, how to make an impact. How are you communicating those values and those beliefs? Do you believe that all Black lives matter? Because that's important, right? That is what is important going into 2021. How are you communicating your values and what's important to you? And making sure that everyone within your administration has those same values as well. Yeah, small businesses always give more. Thank you guys also. I really appreciate the feedback, and I'm glad that you're enjoying and engaging in the conversation. Do not hesitate to leave any questions in the question box below as well. Again, for anyone who's just joining, Camille Davis, Montage PR, Chief Strategist and CEO behind Montage PR. Follow me at Montage PR. It's definitely a pleasure taking over DC Now events to talk about the do's and don'ts of PR. So if you have any questions about what you should do and what you shouldn't do, please let me know. I want to move on. We're talking, all of this is kind of a mix, right? So new normal, pandemic, right now, post-pandemic. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. You're amazing. Absolutely. I don't mind. Absolutely. Okay. So new normal, let me just get into that for 1 second. We obviously have a new way of doing things, right? So that is top of mind. I want to say this. I want to give you guys a stellar tip, because I just used this with one of my clients on Medium. We published an article about her and her business and what she's doing with this new normal. She is a salon owner in Rockville, Maryland, and I'm using this because I really want you to understand how you can relate and use this for your business. So I want to give you guys real life circumstances, right? So her name is Lacey, She is the CEO and owner behind Therapeutic Salon in Rockville, Maryland. So we just published an article on Medium about her being a woman on the rise, right? We just talked about how it's all about the women. Biden-Harris just announced their, all-female team taking over the White House and the new administration in 2021. So why not use that as an opportunity and ride that wave and introduce someone who is pioneering that hair care space in the beauty industry, right? So that was an opportunity that we jumped on to position her and get her in front of the media. Not only that, we used it as an opportunity for her to claim that space. No hairstylist, no beauty professional is talking about what are the best practices for salon professionals at this time. We're in a new normal. It's a pandemic. Obviously, standards are different in terms of wearing a mask, temperature checks at the door. We talked about all of that in her Medium piece. But we also talked about holding other salon stylists and beauty professionals accountable, right? What is the salon going to look like in 2021? So this was an opportunity for her to kind of pioneer that space and be the first one leading what best practices should look like. Take advantage of that. No one is out here publishing pieces. I want you to look for journal opportunities. Build that credibility for your brand, and that will take you so far. You can literally use that, and the media will have their eyes wide open at you as an expert in the industry, right? So aim for journals. Build your expertise. Those are huge. You build your expertise in your industry and you'll certainly get noticed. But you guys, okay, how to get advertisers. Bacon and Bellini, are you still here? I hope you're still here. I need you to tell me a little bit more. Advertisers for your brand. Like, for instance, are you a content creator? Are you a blog and you want advertisers? Or you might need to make a media kit. Is that what you're saying? I need you to give me a little bit more information. But let's say you're a blogger, for instance. I would say that your first step is to make a media kit. You want to package yourself. You want to have a bio. You want to let them know what your following is like, what your demographics is, what's your niche. Yes. Okay. Absolutely. What's your niche? What do you like to write about? Are you a beauty blogger? Are you a fashion stylist? Do you cover events? Advertisers for my brand. Are you a content creator? What's your brand? Are you drinking Bellinis? Do you want to know all the hottest spots? Are you looking for people to advertise their location on your Instagram? You need to communicate to them, sell your audience. Sell to them the numbers. People love numbers. At the end of the day, they're going to want to see a return on investment. So I would surely pay you, not just because you have numbers, because we know that you can buy followers, right? But it's all about the engagement. Are you going to post about my restaurant and have 50 people talking about it? Not just 100 likes, but 50 people talking about it. So not only communicate those likes, but include those high engagements. Include, feedback, reviews, people who say that, oh my gosh, I'm going to check this out. Maybe follow up with them and get a testimonial. Put that in your media kit. So you can show how you're growing brands through your business. How maybe your post in one day grew their following by 100. You want to show those numbers. People can work with numbers. You can make money off of that. Again, just a media kit. I think it's really just that simple, and you can Google that really. But if you want to, I would make sure it's impressive, super impressive if you're looking for money. But also if it's your first time, I would start out maybe free content. Just maybe saying, hey, I'd like to do an exchange. I'd like to barter, maybe show you what I can do for your brand. I would start there. So maybe you have that portfolio together that you can show the next person. Well, look what I did for them. So, okay, correct. How do I get paid for Instagram posts even though I don't have 10,000 followers? Okay. How many followers do you have? Again, it's not necessarily about followers. I think it's definitely about engagement. Micro-influencers are huge. You can literally Google, micro-influencers on the rise, and they're looking for people with 5,000. Some brands even 2,000. I think that you should go local, maybe. Look at your demographics. Where are they coming from? Are they local around you? Then maybe small businesses, will be willing to do an advertisement with you. Hey Mia, thanks for coming through. For all you guys just joining, I'm Camille Davis, MontagePR, Chief Brand Strategist and CEO at MontagePR. I'm answering all your questions, your do's and don'ts of PR. So please drop them in the question mark below and I will definitely answer them. But right now we're talking about media kits and getting advertisers for your brand. We're trying to get people noticed, and we're talking about content creators. So I definitely think everyone should have a media kit right now. At all times, be at the ready to sell. And really think about it. If you're an Instagram influencer, where are you going to go in the next 5 years? So I love that she's doing advertising for her brand. You guys really have to think about the long haul. What if Instagram disappears? What are you going to do? So think about some deliverables, some packageable products, some merch. It's definitely about multiple revenue streams at this point. But let's also go into the importance of public relations. Oh, graphic designer, PR degree, and eventually want to transition to her own firm. So this is super helpful. Oh, you're awesome. Please feel free. Ask as many questions as you like. I really want this to be an engaging conversation and not me just talking over you guys. I want to make sure that I'm really answering questions because some people don't know if they need public relations or even what public relations is. So I'm here for you guys. Please definitely, you guys, anyone, use the comment box below. Don't be afraid because I do not want to miss any of the questions. But so far, it looks like I'm right on time. So importance of public relations. We're going to go back to identifying those gaps that I was talking about. So let's talk about small businesses in particular. I don't know if you guys have heard, but roughly 50% of small businesses fold within 2 to 5 years of business, right? Of that 50%, maybe 20%, I believe, are minority-owned businesses. Of that, the amount of women-owned minority-owned businesses is even smaller. So what is the main reason why businesses are not sustaining, right? And I really believe that they don't have that public relations, that machine behind them to push them. Because as a business owner, you spend a lot of your time working in the business and not necessarily on the business. You shouldn't have to, right? You have to do your daily, day-to-day operations. So I think that it does help offer a little bit of relief to have somebody who specifically focuses on getting you in front of the media. So me, Montage Public Relations, Montage PR, because they don't have a PR. Unfortunately, everyone can't afford that. So I'm even trying to look for grants, look for those ways to support people, because that should not be the reason why their business folded, because they did not have the funds to be able to promote themselves, right? So really, the importance of public relations, again, you don't necessarily have to hire someone to do your public relations. You can literally sit there and craft press releases. You can literally sit there and grind the pavement and contact reporters, or you can happen to, pop off overnight because Black Friday or Small Business Saturday. There's a many million ways to position yourself nowadays to be seen, right? That anyone can access you and your brand. I just want to say that because everyone does not necessarily have the budget. However, you do want to show growth, right? After year 1, after year 2, year 3, you may be getting sales, but in order to be able to sustain yourself, I really do believe that having someone on your team or a public relations department is essential. So, hey, you guys, for joining Camille Davis Montage PR. Please leave your questions below. Let me check the time. We're almost at time. It's 7:54. We talked about impact. Impact is the new word. Impact, impact, impact. What are you doing? How are you making a statement with your brand? How are you making people's lives easier? How are you making their days better? That's what it's all about. How are you caring for me? How are you taking care of me? I'm not supporting any companies nowadays that don't have me in mind, right? Entry level. How do I build my relationships with news outlets so I can build relationships for my clients? What are some strategies you use? So I'm assuming you do PR. Excuse me. So I just interviewed a reporter last night, and a lot of reporters will tell you they're super easy to communicate with. I think that the easiest way to build relationships is to reach out. So, Kerry Washington, as soon as we get off here, she's in an article. Ooh, what magazine? I forgot just that fast. I'm going to read it. I'm probably going to reach out to, the writer or the editor after I read it and tell them that it was an amazing article. That's a great way to start. Tell them that you like their piece. Tell them, hey, I'm particularly interested in this. I like beauty. I like fashion. I'm all about culture, identity. What type of public relations do you do? I think that that's a start. But definitely start with what type of public relations you do. So let's say it's beauty PR. Then you need to be reaching out to every single beauty writer, beauty publicist. Literally jump in their DMs, comment, engage. If you don't necessarily want to be the creep that's in their DM, I think that you should make yourself known on their page every day. And unfortunately, even I myself, I don't have time to be on social all day, but that's what it's got to take. Even if it's an hour a day, you have to build it in your schedule, because that's important. I think that someone's really going to notice if you're on their line, like, wow, she loves my article. Now she's in my DM. Oh, she does public relations too. Oh, she's trying to build a relationship with me and not necessarily just use me to write a story for her. I think that that's important. because they do not, have to do stories for us. So it's definitely all about building those relationships. I used to take people for coffee. We're in the new normal. Can't do coffee. What's this new thing they're doing? It was really cute. I forgot what it's called. It's almost like a coffee chat. Invite someone for coffee over Instagram. Or, let's do a Zoom coffee date. Ask, before they go to work, sit there, pick their brain, ask them if they're willing to be your mentor. Did you go to, what school did you go to? Maybe there, start at your university, see what alum you can relate to. I think that those are some of the initial strategies that I used. It's difficult because we can't network. We can't go out. I've been in this since 2010, and at first I was at every event, and I can't do it anymore, right? But again, we don't have those opportunities. We're not at every event anymore, but I'm at panels. I make sure to support, everyone that I invite to meet the media that I interview. That's a option for you as well if you want to follow me at Meet the Media. Usually every Monday I interview someone for the media industry, and I ask them how they got into the industry. I ask them to give advice for people who are looking to break into the industry and for people who are looking to get their clients' stories told. So that's definitely a way for you to build relationships. Attend those virtuals, comment, and say hey. Make sure that they know your name. You guys, if you have any questions, please comment below. I'm pretty sure it's 8 o'clock. Oh, not just yet. 7:58. I really thank you guys for hanging with me. I hope that I answered all of your questions. Oh yeah, graphic design company into brand strategy. Also, pin my IG. I'm sorry, I thought I pinned it to the top. Yes. Okay, I'm going to pin it. You guys, please, my DMs are open. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in DM. Okay, it's not letting me pin it. Okay. Yeah, at @MontagePR. I'm sorry it won't let me pin it, you guys, but definitely follow me at @MontagePR. Feel free to DM me. If you guys want to shadow me, unfortunately, I'm not going to the newsroom, but I'm definitely open to make introductions. However I can help, for sure. If you want me to read over your press release and say, yeah, that's not, or, I'll definitely try to help. I'll definitely try to help as much as possible. Thank you guys for tuning in at @MontagePR, do's and don'ts of PR. If you want to DM me, is this a do or a don't in public relations? I'll certainly let you know, okay? Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.